I created G-plans out of nutrition frustration. One day during nutrition studies at Duke University, we came across a revelation. We discovered that everyone has a completely unique metabolic structure and type. Eating a generic diet program will not get you the results you want, and you will continue on a path of yo-yo dieting forever. Ultimately, sustainable food programs are built within your own specific metabolic template.
I eat what Dr. G tells me to eat for my metabolic type. I don't call this program a diet because I eat more than on other programs.
Hello, welcome to our presentation for today. Today we're going to be discussing how sleep can affect your health and in turn your weight loss efforts, your weight loss goals as well. So we're going to cover that and some great tips and tricks, things that can really help you to improve your sleep quality, get to bed at a good time, things like that as well. So I thank you so much for joining me today. Hope this presentation is very helpful to you. And please keep in mind throughout our presentation, any questions you may have come up, please add those in the chat box and I will go over questions at the end today. So we'll keep in mind too, so for next week, our presentation topic is going to be on how to make healthy eating a bit more affordable. So especially right now, prices kind of increasing in the store. We're going to go over some great ways to help you save some money and still find very healthy options. So that's going to be a great topic for next week. So we'll dive right in today. And again, please remember, add any questions, tips, anything that come up throughout today in the chat box. All right. Hello, Karen, and hi, Polly. Thank you for tuning in today. Okay. All right. So how does sleep affect your health? Sleep and your health. So we all understand that sleep is certainly important, but do you realize the many ways a lack of sleep can affect your overall health? The CDC states that the average adult needs 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night, although this number can fluctuate by individual. Yet, as of 2014, about 35% of American adults were actually sleeping fewer than 7 hours each night. Being well rested can greatly improve your mood, overall health, and well-being. So prolonged instances of lack of sleep or sleep deprivation can impact our health and lower our immune systems, making us more susceptible to illness. Did you know that poor quality sleep could also affect your weight loss goals? Studies have shown that a lack of sleep can lead to an increase in cravings throughout the day, influencing your weight on the scale. In addition, a lack of sleep could also decrease your energy levels during the day and then cause a decrease in activity. Today, we're going to discuss a bit further the ways that sleep can affect your health and discuss some tips to improve your sleep quality as well. So, how does a lack of sleep affect our health? Getting enough sleep has a lot of proven health benefits. You know it doesn't feel good when you don't get enough sleep, but you might not realize how really far-reaching the impact of sleep deprivation can be. First off, heart health. During sleep, your body releases hormones. Some of them keep your heart and your blood vessels healthy. Lack of sleep deprives you of these hormones and can lead to increased blood pressure. Blood sugar levels. So sleep deprivation can cause many problems with metabolism, including fluctuating blood sugar levels. This can in turn affect your mood, your energy level, and lead to food cravings as well. Stress hormones. So cortisol or stress hormone, sleep helps your mind and body relax and recover from your day. So when you're sleep deprived, your body releases more stress hormones. Increased levels of cortisol can lead to weight gain. So in this sense, a lack of sleep could affect your weight loss efforts. Memory. So sleep appears to play a big role in what's called memory consolidation. During sleep, your brain makes connections. It links events, feelings, and sensory inputs to form memories. Getting high quality sleep can in turn help to improve your memory. Your immune system. So sleep deprivation prevents your immune system from building up its forces. If you don't get enough sleep, your body may not be able to fend off invaders, and it may also take you longer to recover from an illness. Executive function. Executive function involves complex thinking. That includes things like problem solving, planning, and making decisions. You probably can notice when you're a little low on sleep, it's a little bit tougher to think through maybe a harder challenge, something you're trying to resolve. It can also affect your alertness and memory. One night of sleep deprivation can impair your executive function for the next day. Weight loss. So research does suggest that people who sleep less are actually more likely to be overweight. Poor sleep appears to disrupt the balance of ghrelin and leptin. These are hormones that control our appetite, which is another reason why you might notice more cravings after a night of poor sleep. Now, diving a little bit deeper, we have already discussed a few factors as to why a lack of sleep could affect weight loss, but many studies in general have found an association between a lack of sleep and weight gain. One 2013 study found that in healthy adults who slept for only 5 hours per night for 5 nights actually gained an average of 1.8 pounds. The link between reduced sleep and weight gain is due to a few factors here. First off, appetite control. So as we already discussed, sleep deprivation affects our balance of ghrelin and leptin, these hormones that control appetite. Ghrelin actually increases appetite by signaling hunger in your brain, prompting you to eat. Leptin does the opposite by suppressing hunger and signaling fullness in your brain. When you're sleep deprived, your body responds by making more ghrelin and less leptin. This may cause you to overeat during the day. Cravings. So results from a 2016 study found that a lack of sleep can increase your desire to eat more high-calorie foods and decrease your ability to resist them. Researchers found that less sleep altered levels of endocannabinoid, which are chemical signals that affect your appetite and your brain's reward system. Exercise. So obviously when you're sleep deprived, you're much less likely to have the energy to stick with your exercise routine. This will reduce the amount of calories you're burning within the day. You may even find when you're short on sleep, you also kind of move around throughout the day less in general as well. That's further kind of reducing the caloric expenditure you have during the day. So, how can you improve your sleep? Here's a few general tips that will really help regulate, make sure you're getting good quality sleep every night. First off, make sure you have a good routine. Follow a nightly routine that includes time for relaxing activities like taking a bath, listening to music, or reading. So setting an alarm for a certain time each night to start unwinding for the evening, having a bit of relaxation time before bed, and then maybe another alarm to make sure you're ready for bed at that time can help you to stay on track with your routine. Turn your bedroom into a healthy sleep environment by dimming the lights and setting the thermostat to an ideal sleep temperature of 65 degrees Fahrenheit. So that might sound kind of low, but that is actually what's been found to be around more of an ideal sleep temperature in general. So it might be a little bit different for you, but that is a good goal to shoot for. Aim to get out of bed in the morning and go to sleep at night around the same time each day. So once you get started, you want to kind of establish that bedtime routine. Setting those alarms to kind of help you get off on a good track can really help when you're establishing that new routine for you. Turn off electronics. This is a big one, including your phone, television, and computer at least 60 minutes before your bedtime. Blue light from electronics reduces melatonin levels and alters your circadian rhythm. So definitely trying your best to turn off those electronics about an hour before you go to bed. It's going to make a big difference in your sleep quality. So if you're able to, maybe read a book, find another relaxing routine, something you can do during that time would be perfect. In the evening hours, definitely avoid caffeine, alcohol, and large meals with a high fat content. It takes a little bit longer to digest those, so could kind of disturb your sleep a bit. And we know that stimulants like caffeine, alcohol, these will definitely affect your sleep. Reduce stress levels through mindfulness meditation, deep breathing, and other relaxation exercises. So I'll definitely recommend it before. One thing is when you're kind of trying to stay away from those electronics an hour before bed, a great time to incorporate more of this mindfulness meditation and deep breathing exercises is within that hour before you go to bed. So really helps your body to unwind from the stress of the day, really relax and slow down and prep your body for sleep. Engage in 30 minutes or more of exercise and of physical activity each day. So definitely making sure that you're getting in some activity, you're staying active is going to make a big difference on helping you get to sleep and having better sleep quality overall as well. Okay. Few additional tips here. So going a little bit further with the blue light exposure. So first off, increase your bright light exposure during the day. So this is a big one. I know with a lot of us, even moving from working from home, we can often feel like we're surrounded almost by light all day. But when you're inside, you're exposed to a lot more of the blue lights. You're not getting as much natural light. This can affect your circadian rhythm. Your circadian rhythm affects your brain, body, and hormones, helping you stay awake and telling your body when it's time to sleep. Natural sunlight or bright light during the day helps keep your circadian rhythm healthy. This improves daytime energy as well as nighttime sleep quality and duration. So try ensuring that you do get exposure to natural light daily to help regulate your circadian rhythm. One of the best times to do this is when you first wake up, to go outside and get some of that natural light. It really can help to regulate your circadian rhythm overall. Use blue light blockers. So in the evening, if you are using electronics, so the use of artificial lighting and electronics at night definitely can contribute to sleep problems. These devices emit light of a blue wavelength, which may trick your brain actually into thinking it's daytime. So in addition to reducing your evening exposure to blue light, you can also use blue light blocking software, apps for your phone, and there's even glasses available. So a popular computer program to reduce blue light is called F.Lux, L-U-X. So do a quick Google search for that. It's a program you can download on your computer, and it actually reduces the amount of blue light on your screen. Lastly, try a melatonin supplement. So melatonin is primarily responsible for regulating your body's circadian rhythm to manage your natural sleep cycle. Many studies have shown that melatonin supplements can help to support better sleep. One study in 50 people with insomnia showed that taking melatonin 2 hours before bed helped people in general fall asleep faster and enhanced their overall sleep quality as well. So a couple of these things adding on to your bedtime routine, it can definitely help out to improve your sleep quality as well. All right. And so lastly here, I'd love you to share with me, do you have anything that you do? Do you take melatonin? Do you have a certain routine that you go through each evening before your bedtime to help you unwind? What do you really do? Do you have any tips and tricks that help you to prioritize quality sleep? So please share with me in the chat box if you have any good tips and tricks. I would love to share today. And please let me know at this time as well if you have any questions. I'd love to help out with that today. That is the end of our presentation here. Okay. All right, so don't see any questions just yet, but please feel free, add any questions or hey, any tips you have that help you with sleep overall. So important. I know we know that sleep is very important, but it can be tough, of course, to prioritize sometimes. And of course, we can see how many ways it can affect our health, even our weight loss goals. So focusing on your health overall, focusing on weight loss, sleep is definitely always going to be an important factor to ensure that you're getting good quality rest. So I hope some of these tips and tricks that I went through today were helpful to you. Even downloading something like the F-Lux or an app on your phone to help take away some of that blue light. Something so small like that can really make a difference. But hope this presentation topic was super helpful. I do see Polly here says, I love to read before bed. I fall asleep faster unless the book is really good. That's a good point. So definitely maybe make sure you got a book that isn't as interesting and start to read that. Of course, generally about that 60 minutes, about an hour before bed is a great time to get away from the screen, maybe bring out a book at that time. Max says, I've used magnesium and GABA sometimes. Magnesium is another great supplement to try as well. There's a good one I've had before. It's called Calm Magnesium Supplement. It's kind of geared towards taking one before bed. It kind of helps you unwind. So magnesium's a great one. That's a great mention there. All right. Oh yeah, Polly says, stress has been causing my lack of sleep lately, and I'm working on that. Yeah, that's a big one for sure. So I definitely recommend maybe trying that mindfulness meditation. I always love using more of a guided meditation or deep breathing exercise. So I'm just doing a quick search on YouTube for a deep breathing relaxation exercise. Following along with that can be really helpful to really unwind right before you go to bed. So thanks for all the input. It's great. Jean says, is it best to exercise or walk before or after meals? That's a good question. I would say most likely it's probably going to depend a little more on what works better for you. You may find, of course, exercising after a meal, especially if it's a little bit larger, you might have some indigestion or not feel as great. So it might be better for you to incorporate before. Of course, with walking, might be fine to do after your meal, and something like walking in a lower intensity exercise could actually help out a bit with digestion after your meal as well. So I would say try it out, see how you feel, and if you're doing something immediately after eating, would definitely make sure it's a little bit more lower intensity. Great tip from Sophie as well. She said a hot cup of chamomile tea. So there's a lot of great herbs. Chamomile is a fantastic example. Valerian root, lemon balm tea are some great options that are more of an herbal, something you can do as a supplement or a tea that can also help you to unwind. And chamomile as well is actually can help to reduce your overall cortisol levels. So a great one to add in. Well, thank y'all so much for tuning in today. Again, I hope these tips were helpful. Really, really focus on establishing, of course, that great bedtime routine for you. That's so important to kind of get the same times every evening as best you can. And then please stay tuned, of course, for next week. We're going to discuss some ways to help you save a little more money and stay on track with your goals and your healthy eating overall. So hope you have a great rest of the day, and thank you so much for tuning in today.